Hi, my name is Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. Please go to my website, jonieswhitelightshealing.com, for more information about me. If you're interested in scheduling a reading and healing, please contact me through my website. I offer Skype, FaceTime, Facebook video, and phone sessions for folks who are not local to North Central New Jersey. There are no timestamps on this video. Spirit knows who will be watching and when. So if you watch this past November 15, that's just fine. If something doesn't resonate, you can put it on a shelf, save it for another time. You might have an aha moment later. I only bring in the highest of Christ light consciousness, meaning the ones who've had enlightenment moments. Archangels, angels, ascended masters, departed ones and guides, elementals, star beings, and consciousnesses are the ones that run through me. I used to be a therapist. I offered individual and group therapy in New York City for 10 years to addicts, alcoholics, and the mentally ill. I did not believe in any of this whatsoever. I thought that this was bunk, flaky nonsense. Around 2003, 4, 5, I became gifted with abilities. I started channeling departed ones and pets, doing hands-on healing both in person and remotely, going into past lives in a single bound, going through mirrors, seeing auras, aligning, repairing, balancing chakras, doing exorcisms, doing healings, doing communication with animals, plants, and crystals, and the list goes on. So, you could find me on LinkedIn, SoundCloud, and Twitter. You could find me on Facebook. You could like Joanie's White Light Healing fan page. Thanks. And if you'd like to friend me, please message me. Tell me how you found me, because I do not friend strangers. You could find me here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please press the bell all icon and you'll be notified of when I put out another video. Like, share, and comment below. I really appreciate folks' comments. It's feedback. We channels, we healers, we spiritualists love to know how you are reacting to what's coming through us. If you have any requests for future videos, please let me know under the comments of any video, because I receive notifications. If it is video worthy, I will make one. Thanks. So I was guided to do a video on breast issues for both men and women. So I did my brainstorming and I separated it out into men and women, and then men only and women only. So I'm first going to do male and female, then I'll do male, and then I'll do female. And I want to say that I am not a doctor. I do not aim to cure. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please see your healthcare professional. Please see your mental health care professional. There's a disclaimer below in the description. I also have a disclaimer on my website. At the bottom of every page, in the right-hand corner, is a disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. So when I go in, I'm going to bring in spirit, the collective of whoever is going to come through that is meant for this video. I put my Joanie aside and I'll bring in information. And this breast issue video is to give a spiritual angle, the metaphysical explanation for why folks experience breast issues. Okay, so I have my cheat sheets. I have my Post-its that are attached to my laptop screen because there were so many things to go over, I couldn't remember them. So first I'm going to go to breast issues that are applicable to both men and women. So the first thing that I want to get to are cysts and lumps. So I'm not polycystic breasts, more than one lump coming in, that's going to be separate. So this is just a cyst here, a lump there. Cyst could be a lump could be something else, but I am told to write down and talk about cysts and lumps. So I'm going in. Here we go. So the bump is a bother. So the cyst, the lump is a trouble. So if you are experiencing a cyst or a lump, take a look at what your bother is. You have negated or held back, repressed a bother. And this is very, very important for you to look at. There's something that's been festering and it's sitting there. It's like a bump. It's like a trouble lump bump. And you have given it energy. You are dealing with it fair, but not well. Hence, it's now residing within. So the cyst, the lump is sitting there. It's trouble. It's the bother that you have not wrestled with fully and you have not processed it, and it remains sitting there, festering, and it's a bother. So this is something that is very important for you to look at. You have not processed it enough. They're not saying you've denied it. It appears that you are acknowledging it, but you're either minimizing it, you are putting it off, you're back shelving it, or you're not dealing with it successfully and it remains. Spirit is saying, look at what the trouble is and do something about it, because it's hurting you, it's maiming you, it's causing distress. I will be doing a healing for the collective at the end of this video. Calcifications. So the hardening of the material, you have become rocky, sharp, knifey, cutting, tired. I see blame. I see shiftiness and people that are getting away with things. And I feel that there's harm to you. And it's like the zzz, zzz, and it's a hardness, and it becomes hard on you. There's this growth, this calcification is a hardening, a biting, a cutting as a result of what's been going on for a while. They say deal with it accordingly, put aside other things that need to be addressed, and look at this square in the eye and do something about it. The hardening, the calcifying has gotten to you to the point where you're getting a little brusque, you're getting a little brittle, and there's a little bit of nervous energy around it. I'm not going to say brittle, I'll take that back. It's more like a hardening, angry and caustic. So this calcification that you have is, it erodes you, it gets to you, this zinging of someone's giving you the business, and it's like torture. So it has become, you have become hardened as a result of what you are enduring. Again, take a look at what this is that's starting to calcify you and make decisions accordingly. Okay. Swelling, the swelling of the breasts. So there are a few things here. It looks like the person is trying to pump themselves up. They're trying to beef themselves up when there's a lot of sadness, a little bit of anger, but more so remorse and sadness. And that it's almost like puffing out your chest like a peacock to try and get yourself through it, get yourself more balanced, but it's not working. The swelling is, you're trying to promote an agenda. You're trying to move forward with your journey. You're trying to make sense of what's going on. I don't feel comfortable. I feel that people aren't listening, and you're trying to blow yourself up and puff yourself out to be heard and known and make changes. And it's ineffective. I feel that you are not doing well. You are trying to succeed. You are trying to make things happen, and no one's listening. What is going on where you imagine your greatness is so big? It's disproportionate to who you are and how you really feel. So you've given yourself a false sense of self. You've aggrandized yourself self. Your ego is not aligned with how you truly feel. No, erase and delete. Your ego is very fragile, and you've given people the impression that you're the be all end all. You need to get yourself in check. See how you really feel. You're promoting situations. You're encouraging things to happen that don't feel right. Steady as she goes. I'm not feeling comfortable with the energy that you have. So this swelling is an imbalance of who you are with how you're touting yourself. Um, People don't take you seriously, and you keep pushing and touting who you are. Um, have you shown your true self? Do people know how you really feel and what you're about? You've put on a false sense of self. And the swollen breasts are an indication that you're not having things go according to what you'd like. You haven't shown your true self. You need to get real with yourself. And if there's sadness, you need to do something about this. You need to work with someone, change how you are um, getting information. You're getting information from sources that are corrupt. Get help. Could be mental health. Polycystic breasts, where you've got lumpy breasts, more than one cyst, many cysts going in. The word they use is, they say danger. You're feeling afraid. There are landmines all over. You're twisting and turning. You're trying to get through the maze. You're trying to work out so many things. It's a challenge for you. There are many, many things going on, and I feel like you're imploding. I feel the ones that have polycystic breasts are having difficulty managing. There are many things that are going on at once. Take time out and pause, write down what's going on, and then prioritize how to manage each issue. There are too many affairs that you're dealing with now. You're multitasking and you're out of balance. Too many problems at the same time. Changes in the skin. This is discomfort being who you are, not feeling comfortable with who you are. A lot of you shapeshift. A lot of you are not who you are. You're manifesting things that are not what you want. You succumb to pressure. You conform. You're a chameleon. You are not true to yourself. You're behaving erratically, and you're doing what other people want you to do. You're conforming a lot. You're not true to yourself. You don't like who you are in your own skin. And if you're not enjoying life and you're not being true to yourself, you're giving people the impression that you're a certain way, but you're a shapeshifter. You are giving people the impression of something that you're not. And your body knows it. Skin is your largest organ, and it's showing you that you're a misperception. You're not who you say you are. Get real. Be real with yourself, and then be real with others. And you're not here to please other people. You're not here to change according to their will. What about you? Who are you? Changes in the nipple. I feel that for many, their success has been thwarted. I feel that the person is then saying, I can't give in. So this is the inverted nipple is caving. Um, it feeling wrong, it looking wrong. This is caving to pressure. This is intense energy, and your will is being challenged right now. A lot of the people who have nipple issues are being challenged about who they are and what they want, and bending their will. Um, The suffering is great. People want a lot from them. You could go into the metaphor of people that are suckling you, that are sucking at your tit, that are um, pulling at you and sucking you dry, and that your will is being um, pushed, pulled, challenged. Will remain strong, do what you want. You've been giving in, people have been taking from you, and you haven't been taking from yourself. You haven't been giving yourself what you need, and other people have been suckling you dry. Mastitis. Mastitis is the infection, I believe, of the milk glands. And I looked into this, that men could also have mastitis. And if I'm wrong with any of what I'm saying, you can correct me below. I don't claim to know everything. I did the best that I could. So infection, inflammation of the mammary glands. I get self-talk. I can't do this. It's impossible. It's just impossible. I can't do this. I'm unable to do this. It's impossible. I can't do this. I can't do this. Why am I doing this? How could I do this? How could I do this? So they say refresh. Go out into the air, take a break, walk around, and reset the clock. Remind yourself who you are and how holy you are and how blessed you are, how beautiful you are. You can do this with grace and ease. Who told you you can't? And if no one else but you said that you aren't able, then why are you doing this to yourself? Do you need to say those things to yourself? It's not necessary. You are able, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are holy, and you are of grace. People need you, you are blessed. You walk on sacred ground. Everything is fine and you are protected. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You call the shots, you're in charge. Leaky nipples. So this would not be for those that are lactating. Again, men and women can get leaky nipples. Let's see what this is about. For many of you, you're not shining your light. You're keeping it in, and there's so much love that wants to come out of you. There's a profusion of love. It starts leaking out because you've been withholding from others. You are resentful. You have been scorned, and you are very, very angry. And that there are some people that know it. You're very caustic, and you say things that are quite mean and terrible. And this isn't judgment. We're just talking. And the leaking from the nipple is the profusion of energy that's coming through that has not been given to other. You haven't given it to yourself. You're not loving yourself and you're not loving others. And it's coming out as tears through your nipples, crying. You need to work through your issues. You haven't been good to yourself. And when you balance out who you are, you will be loving you, and then you will be able to love other. So the leaking nipples are tears of your soul that are coming out through your breasts, through those ducts. And we wish you well. We hope that you do cry rather than have the leaking nipples. We hope that you do get in touch with the sadness and the anger inside, release the emotions and the stress. Do what you can to find love within and then spread it around. Bleeding nipples. I see a lot of scorn. I see a lot of people have been scorned, a lot of negativity, a lot of sadness. I don't see grace. I see fire. I see the blood is just fuming, and there's a lot of caustic energy, a lot of flames. People are even burning bridges, that they're cutting ties with people and that they just don't want to be around even. Some people have this death wish. If you are suicidal, please call 911, see a mental health care provider, get help as soon as possible. The bleeding nipples, damage. I see pain. I see hate. I see love wanting to come up, but there is so much hate and sadness that the love just isn't able to be seen. So you need to get in touch with those feelings of hate and sadness. Where does it come from? And if you aren't aware of it, then across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations, it's somewhere and it's floating around, and you need to forgive yourself and other. Pain and tenderness in the breasts. Some people want to be loved and others want to be left alone. So it's don't touch me. I don't want to be seen. Don't go near me. I don't want love. Stay away from me. And then there's the other part. It's I'm all alone. I wish someone would love me. I've been scorned. I'm very sad. This is very troubling. I'm having difficulty managing. And so people who seem to have the pain and the tenderness in the breasts, and we're not talking third dimension here of hormones, pregnancy. Again, I am discussing metaphysics here. I'm talking the spiritual, the etheric, the unseen, if you haven't caught on so far. So for those who have the pain and the tenderness in the breasts, there's a shuddering. It's an I'm all alone. No one can have me. I don't want anyone to go near me. The sensitivity, I'm damaged. How could you even understand me? I'm not lovable. I'm off. I'm distorted. I'm a criminal. I'm a bad person. So you need to ask yourself, where is this coming from? This is such self-denigration. Did you get this message from other, or did you just start doing this yourself? Where did you learn this? You're a God spark. You're a holy piece of the oneness. So when you stop and you examine, when you go into that meditative place and connect with spirit and find out, where did this come from? Then you do your healing work. You need to remind yourself that this is an illusion. Everything is divinely ordered, and you're a perfect specimen of God, of Creator. And that if you continue to say these negative things, you could create more cacophony in your body. Supporting self is very, very important. Loving self, finding your true nature and knowing your origins, knowing who you are as part of the oneness, will assist in healing the pain and tenderness in your breasts. Okay. Cancer. Many of you probably have been waiting around for me to address cancer. There are many reasons why folks have cancer in the breasts, men and women. Therefore, I'm going to go in now. They say it's all about love. All about love. Many, many, many statements. I'm horrible, I'm trash, I'm not lovable. Who would like me? Then you have negativity. I can't do this. It's not possible. I am nothing. Who is that person? Who is that person? I cannot go near them. They worry me. I don't know who that person is. I got to stay away from them. Then it's cherishing self, but not really meaning it. So it's the person that really hasn't quite understood that they are perfect in every way. So it sounded wrong, and then I'm going to explain that. The person who says that they love self, but they really don't. Self-hatred. Some people use cancer as an exit opportunity so they could leave at this time, that they are done. They want to go home. Some people feel like the enemy, and other people feel like they're being harmed. They feel like they're being tortured, they're being twinged, pinged, dissed. Some people have to have it their way and they weren't accommodating. A lot has to do with belief in self, that they are normal in every way. The cancer is twisted and it's distended, it's malfunction, it's the soul that is writhing inside saying, I can't do this, I don't want anymore. And it's the giving up. It's not feeling solid in one's own body, in one's own shoes. Some people say, I'm going nowhere. Well, if you say I'm going nowhere enough, then you go away. Watch what you say, watch what you think and say. I see a lot of blame. I see people are blamers and they're blaming other people, and it goes right back at you. Karma. For many of you, I'd say about a third of the people who are experiencing breast cancer have not wished well on other. And as a result, they are receiving karma in this lifetime. Hate spread out goes back on you. That is what I'm seeing. Now, mind you, again, this is a metaphysical explanation. We're not talking about someone that's living near radioactive cell towers, someone who's smearing cadmium, barium, lead, and aluminum all over them. We're not talking about carcinogens, towers. We're talking about metaphysical explanations for why a person has cancer. I'm going to see if there's anything more. There's also a control issue. It's trying to create an environment that is pristine, that's untouched, that's all level, that's perfect. And that when that soul that's trying to control everything and make it look just so untouched and perfect realizes that it's not possible, it looks like there's a shock to the system, and that the person actually gives up and goes, oh my God. And it's like psychological warfare with the soul, with that person and themselves. And the breasts, the buck stops here. I can't take it. I'm done. I cannot figure this out. I don't know why this happened. So it's God not laughing when you make plans. Do not expect for things to be perfect, because everything already is perfect. So there's an illusion here that you've set up that you're going to try and control something when everything is already in divine order. Don't push the river, let it flow, which is a Taoist belief. Taoist. It's from Taoism. I'm going to see if there's anything else regarding cancer. Miracles do happen. People have reversed symptoms. Go inside, bless your soul, bless your symptoms, bless you. Begin loving yourself and loving cancer. Ask cancer what messages it has for you, and then sit quietly and see what voice you hear inside, and follow. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to males only. A certain type of a problem that men have is called gynecomastia, which is enlarged breasts. The lay term is man boobs, which I don't like, but I have to say it because if you don't know what gynecomastia is, then you might know what that is. I'm going in regarding that. Too much, can't take it, done. It's too much for me. I don't know what to do. I'm on overload. It's just too much. I can't take it. It's a filling up a blank space. The extra fat in the breasts, it's just, I can't take it. I'm done. I'm blowing up. I'm done. I can't figure it out. I've had it. It is the man who is overloaded, super saturated, can't figure it out. What I would suggest for the men who have gynecomastia, I would say watch your words, because if you're saying you're done, you could bring on a lot of very crummy, foolish, no judgment, but holy Moses outcomes. So you want to take a look at your situation, and you want to parse out what needs to be done. If there's anything in your control, take care of it. If there isn't anything in the situation that where you can't do anything, then just accept and surrender. You could ask for miracles. I would do the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You might be full. Your plate might be overloaded, but what you're saying and the give up, the I'm done, you're just filling up with this superficial way of not taking care of your life. The other male-only breast issue I read about, joggers or marathoners' nipple. So this is the rubbing up and down of the shirt on the nipple, which creates irritation. So I'm going to go in regarding what that is for the man who's experiencing this outside of the physical explanation. Here we go. So someone's been saying to you, enough, when are you going to stop? I've been telling you over and over and over and over and over and over again. Are you going to listen to me? What's this about? Why do you keep doing that? It's constant. You keep doing this, saying this, or both, over and over again. Why are you not listening to me? That's joggers or marathoners' nipple in a nutshell. You're irritating to them, you're irritating to yourself. It's showing up as irritated nipple. You have a preponderance of doing something again and again. So take a look at this. You're a faker. You try and get away with things. It's not working. And you're irritating yourself, and someone's onto you. For females only, the only thing I could come up with was hairy nipples. So for the woman who has hairy nipples, because men have hairy nipples, but women don't tend to have over hairy nipples. So I'm going to go in regarding the metaphysical explanation for this anomaly. Here we go. So I'm getting a few things. One thing is, get me out of here. I'm done. I don't want to be here. So for some people, they're having difficulty in their mere existence. So the hair around the nipples is just, it's like, this is so screwed up. I don't like it here. I don't want to be here. You might need mental health counseling if you are feeling depressed and low and in a corner. Some of you feel like you want to eradicate yourself, that you are not having a pleasant time in this incarnation. And I'm seeing this sprouting of hair as like, it's just a total freak show anomaly of that's how you feel about being here, that you don't feel like, just like the hair on the nipple is not to be there, you're feeling like you don't need to be here. You don't want to be here, and that maybe you're a freak show or an anomaly on Earth. So you need to accept that you chose to be here in this incarnation. You are needed. So if you don't know why, go inside and find out who you are and what your gifts are that you might bring this world. You might think differently, and that's enough to resurrect a lot of people who are sleeping. I'm going to see what else, because I got a few things about hairy nipples. So there are people that are sprouting hair and they want to be left alone. Just leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, stay away from me, leave me alone. I don't know if this is molestation or if someone's trying to control them, bother them, or both. But this is an outgrowth of being pestered and bothered. Do something about this. You either get away from them or say something to them because you're pushing them away. And this is not verbal, but people don't, it's not direct. It's an indirect way of saying, get away from me. You need to find a way to separate and or speak up clearly to that person who's bothering you. I'm going to see if there's more. Again, kind of going back to what I had said previously, some of you were trying to figure out your existence and you're not quite sure who you are and why you're here. It's the strangeness of you and that you've created a strange occurrence because you're feeling off and different, and that you are exactly who you are in all of your beauty, and that you might feel different, but it doesn't mean that you're weird or strange. Many of us come to Earth different from most, and that we bring our respective gifts to assist in waking people up around the planet. So if you are feeling this way, you are not alone. So I've gone over the male and female, the male only and the female only breast issues. Now I'm going to facilitate a healing for the collective around breast issues. Across time and space, forwards and backwards, across all generations, any breast karma, we ball them all up and you say inside, I forgive myself. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness. There we go. A lot of blessings. Thank God for these life lessons. Now, between now and when you go to sleep, sip water. It'll help flush negative energies through the physical body. Now, Spirit also gave me more. This would be for females. Breasts that are disproportionate in size to the point where they are so disparate in size that they look odd. And they give the woman a very uneasy feeling. It's a lot of people who would stare and they feel strange. It might also cause issues with their health, with their back muscles, neck and back. Okay, so I'm going in regarding disproportionate breast size for women. There's a lot of anger. What are you angry at? About? Who are you angry at, and what are you angry about? I see a lot of anger, a lot of pissed off people. What is going on? Who have you wanted to shout at? And then you hold back. So I see one boob is shouting and the other one is staying back. We've got the shouting boob and the quiet boob. You haven't expressed yourself. And I just see, one is big and one is small. And there's an imbalance regarding how you feel. What are you going to do? Are you going to make a decision regarding what you're going to say, if at all? Some people, this came about earlier in life, and those a little bit later, but generally about 14 to 19, that's when this thing began. There's a lot of anger in there. So do the forgiveness work, forgive yourself, forgive everyone and everything, ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness, and thank God for these life lessons. I'm going to go in regarding breasts that hardly formed at all. I get people didn't want to be here, so they were considering how they would look, and they were so done. When they were choosing information to come in regarding body sculpting, they were trying to stop. They were trying to not grow, not finish the completion of their body part growth chart. You're here. You are love. We need you. And that whatever your decision is, we hope you remain here for a long, long life. You have many, many gifts, many, many, many gifts. Regarding the buxom women that have disproportionately large breasts, let's see what that's about. We're not talking anything that's normal. We're talking so disproportionately gigantic that it's like an anomaly. These are issues that cause health issues, back, neck, taunting, going in. I get self-hatred. I get the person is just burgeoning and that they feel so upset. There's so much caustic energy, such anger and such sadness. It's not liking self. This is horrible. This is what the person says. This is horrible. So love yourself in every way. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You are not ugly. It seems that the overextended breasts is the distended view of self. Okay. Again, sip water between now and when you go to sleep. And for those with the distended breasts, do the forgiveness towards self, other, across time and space, forwards and backwards, across all generations. I hope that this video assisted. I am sending love to all of you. Please see your healthcare provider. I am offering the psychic and healer explanation through my guides. I'm sure that there are others, but this is what came through in this reading. I will see you again. Bye, y'all.